Hi, I'm Sarah from Heirloom Creations, and every month we have been offering a bag of the month. And this time I just want to show you a quick little addition to the pattern. These are bags called the Fabulous Folded Bags. And what we do is we always make up kits every month in the samples that we do here in the store. And one thing that you can always do when you buy kits from us and you want multiple ones, well, you sure don't need the pattern every time you buy a kit. So we always pull the pattern out. So make sure that you don't end up with like 6 patterns at home and just the kits. You only need one. So here's what we have. We have turned these into Easter baskets, actually, since this is the time of year. So we've used some springtime fabrics and had some fun with them. But what I want to show you is actually how to do these handles. The pattern just says add handles if you want. But Edna, she's known for her famous binding at our store. She came up, well, here, let's just do a handle like this. And I love it because it stands up on its own. And that's what I want to show you. These bags you can make in different sizes. You can embellish them. You can put beads or ribbons, buttons. You can do appliques on the front of them. There's a lot of fun things you can do. It is just a simple square that's folded up in a little bit of an origami pattern and only 2 seams when you actually go to stitch it together. Another way that this bag can be folded will actually create an e-reader, a little envelope holder. If you make it a little bit bigger, you can also make it for an iPad cover. So there's lots of things that you can do with this, but think ahead, maybe do some up for some Easter baskets. You know, you could add a potted plant in these. They're just big enough if you wanted to add that, or add some other types of decorations to give as great gifts. Holidays, what about your baking that you do? Maybe you do a thing of cookies, make up some holiday ones, and you'll be able to give them out as needed there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just start off with your leftovers left from the pattern, and we're going to cut 2 strips that are 3.5 inches wide by 18 inches long. That will be part of your remaining fabric after you make one of these bags. Sew it together. So I've just made this seam. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make this in such a way you don't actually have to turn the tube and have those extra bulks. Also too, if you're not perfect right here at the ends, what we're going to end up doing after we go through and top stitch this, we're going to turn it twice. Once in about 1/3, and this is going to go 1/3, and that's going to get stitched on the inside of that bag, and that gives it that fun little extra handle base that you won't see once it's attached to your bag here. Okay, so after you have your seam sewed, we're also going to cut a piece of batting that's just a little bit smaller. So 3-inch wide batting by 1/2 inch shorter, so 17.5 inches long. We're going to lay it in the middle. These edges here, you're going to fold in 1/4 inch, fold in 1/4 inch. And then what we're going to do, we'll tuck the ends in also. We're going to just press that. I'm going to go ahead and pin it, and then I'm going to top stitch all the way around it, including 2 stitches right down the middle, and that'll give it that extra little quilted look as part of your handle. We're going to add the handle to this bag. So we've got kind of a 2-tone handle going on here. I've finished pinning the edges in, so you really can just go around it. And then I've put in a edge stitch foot on, so I could just go ahead and set this up to go ahead and stitch around. Make my stitch length a little longer since I'm working through a couple layers plus batting and everything else. Now these are those pins that I say I always use in Sarah's starter pack. It is, they are always what you find only on my magnetic pincushion. By the way, magnetic pincushions do not harm computerized sewing machines of the newer era, so that shouldn't be any problem there. And just work your way around. I've moved the needle position to the right, nope, that'd be the left side, and then I can just stitch all the way around there. Makes it nice and straight. This is one of those feet that I always recommend in class. It's the first foot that I reach for when I take a new sewing machine home. It's one of those that it doesn't come with the machines. It has the ability to do so much more precision sewing, and you never want to be without it. So anytime that you get a new machine, or if you don't already have this, we do have a video on the edge stitch feet on our website for the Bernina and the Viking sewing machines. So you can go see which ones are right for you. All right. So after going around all 4 sides, and we're going to also stitch those 2 lines of stitching right down the center. I'll just leave the same foot on. Not as big of a deal here that we're not using a walking foot. Remember, if you're not perfect right at the ends, those are going to get tucked down in the bag, and it's really not going to make any big difference there. All right, so that's where we started. We'll cut our threads. Now I'm going to just tuck these edges in, and then we'll do some top stitching just to hold them in place. Oh, wait, I still have to do my lines down the middle, so we'll do those next. Okay, so next we're going to fold that in, about 1/3 and 1/3. And then if you actually just do a little bit of quick stitching, just to kind of secure that, maybe forward, back a little bit. It's really all you're needing there. And cut. Whichever side you want to be the dominant color for your handle, make sure that that is out at this time. Okay, and now we'll just go ahead and attach it to the inside. If you want to see the inside of this bag, it does actually have some of the pockets. So it has kind of some side little places you can hide things in there. So we're just going to go ahead and attach it to the inside. That's going to get a little thick. So if your machine cannot handle that, maybe just use a needle and thread, and then you can put some buttons on the outside to cover that up. So that's how we're going to finish it. And that's how we'll have a handle for your bag.